Many Muslims feel stuck in the West, unable to take the next step towards Hijrah because they cannot find a job abroad that can support their move. In this video, we meet with a company that offers a real solution to that problem, English One, one of the most established English language institutions in Indonesia with more than 100 branches across the country. Our guest today is Mohammad Rifqy, a manager and staff recruiter at English One. In this interview, he explains why a career with English One can be an ideal path for Western Muslims who want to relocate to a Muslim country and build a stable future there. So, could you start by introducing yourself and telling us a little bit about your background?
Yeah. Okay, Bismillah. My name is Mohammad Rifqy. I'm from Indonesia. In Indonesia, people with Muhammad name will be called by their second name. So here in Indonesia, people call me Rifqy, but if I go abroad, mostly people call me Muhammad.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. And I'm an HR manager in one of English school. The name is English One, previously known as English First or Education First.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how popular is English learning in Indonesia? Are people learning English there?
Yeah. It's really popular. Interestingly, I think parents from higher level of economy, they put their kids to English schools because in Indonesia, after regular school, mostly they have like after school classes like sports, and English will be one of their priorities.
Okay. All right. So, why did you take on this the position, the HR position at the English school? Did you have an interest in teaching English or?
Yeah. I
Okay.
studied English literature in university, and my major is teaching. So I started my career as a teacher, and then I got promoted 3 years later to be the branch manager, and then after that I got promoted also to be the recruiters, teachers recruiters, and staff recruiters. Until right now, I'm in HR position.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the schools?
We rebranded our school, become English One, previously known as internationally as Education First, but they entered Indonesia as an English school, so they changed it into English First. We right now we mostly focus on kids and teens age,
Okay.
so starting from 4 years old until 18 years old.
Okay.
And our classes started after school, after regular school in Indonesia, so it's after 1 p.m. usually.
So, about how many students do you have? How many branches? How many students do you have?
Well, it is a big brand, so right now we have more than 100 schools.
MashaAllah.
Yeah, we call it branch, 100 branches, and minimum one branch minimum they have more than 400 students, and
MashaAllah. Okay.
in average mostly 800 to 1,500 students each center. We call it center. I mean,
Right.
the branch. Yeah.
And are you based all over the country or?
Yeah. We have
Oh,
right now we have 105 branches, and we're opening some more.
So, where are the most branches based in the country?
Of course, in Java, in Java Island, and then also in Sumatra and Borneo Island, but mostly in Java Island.
Okay, for those that don't know, where does Java compare to, let's say, Jakarta? like as a city?
Yeah, Jakarta is in Java Island.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's why, because Jakarta right now is the capital city of Indonesia. Mostly people come, from Jakarta and then cities surrounding Jakarta. So it's mostly in Java.
So your company now is looking for native speakers.
The role will be the full-time teacher, and their working hours is quite unique here because it's after school classes. Yeah, so the working hours mostly from 12 until 8 p.m. So the thing is, right now our working visa can only accept teachers from 6 nationalities:
Okay.
the US, UK, Australia, New Zealand, uh, South Africa, and Ireland.
So what are the qualifications that the teachers should have if they want to work in the schools?
First, they need a bachelor degree and TOEFL certificate teaching English for foreign as a foreign language
Okay.
certificate. Yeah.
Do the schools provide any training or any support for the teachers?
Even
Okay.
for the TOEFL certificate, we can also help them to get that. Because
Okay.
mostly since we mostly get what do we call that, fresh graduated, so maybe some of them they haven't got their certificate yet, so usually we can provide that.
Mashallah. So, can you give us a general idea of what they can expect in terms of salary? What type of salary range?
First thing first is actually Indonesia's currency is not that good, but the if we, what we call that, if our Indonesian, we call it Indonesian rupiah, if we exchange it to like dollar, you will get 1,000 to 1,100 US dollar. But
Okay.
for that money in Indonesia, especially if you're single, you can live very comfortable,
Okay.
decent lifestyle. Because yeah, just for the information, mostly Indonesian worker, they only get like 200 until 300 US dollar a month. So yeah, you can imagine if you get $1,000, yeah, you can
Right.
live, yeah, quite comfortable.
So when you say Indonesia worker, what in what fields are you talking about? A grocery store person or fast food or?
Even English teacher, yeah, our
Okay.
range of salary of English teacher, even in our school, is it ranges from 200 US dollar until 400 US dollar.
Okay, and that's for the Indonesian national. So if you can give us an idea of how that salary works with the cost of living there, like some practical examples, like generally how much is it for a let's say a 2-bedroom apartment, or cost of food or this type of thing, for especially since you've dealt with foreigners before. You said they can live comfortably, but what would they say? Would they agree with you and say, okay, yes, with this we're able to live comfortably and we're able to save money? Or
Okay, for the the regular apartment here, the costs range from 100 US dollar to 300 US dollar, and then for your daily food, I think 20 to $30 would be very very enough for you to eat 3 times a day. And because mostly
that's
our
per month? Per month? $30 per month?
Sorry, no,
Is that monthly
oh,
or
per day, per day. That's the maximum,
so
because
$30 a day? You say?
in a day, yeah, in a day, $10 is more than enough.
Okay, all
So
right.
if you, I mean, like if you eat out, yeah, $20 to $30 will be. It's a fancy food.
Many brothers are stuck in the 9 to 5 in the West, praying in the office, and unable to make Hijrah because they can't find a way to earn a living online. This is why we have partnered with Muslim Certify. Muslim Certify is a program that helps Muslim men earn a remote income so they can make Hijrah without the worry of figuring out how they will be able to survive financially. Muslim Certify helps Muslim men earn anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000 per month by becoming appointment setters for online businesses. Muslim Certify has over 150 brothers in their program and plenty of success stories. For more details, check out their link in the description of this video. So what about the other things like utilities, transportation, public transportation, this type of stuff?
Because mostly the accommodation is close to the centers or the schools. So sometimes you can just walk within 5 to 10 minutes. Or
Right.
here we have like online transportation, maybe like Uber. They cost only maybe $3 to $4 one trip. So yeah, it's the living cost here is for some people who has lived in Egypt is more or less the same, and some of the thing will be cheaper here in even in Jakarta. And if you live in like more smaller city, the living cost will be much cheaper.
Does the school provide any other benefits? Is it possible for the school to provide housing or something like that?
Exactly, yeah. We provide housing, but the regular housing that we can provide mostly because the different ways of living. So usually teachers will find their own their own choice. Like for example, they want to live in, for example, like quieter area. They will find in a like luxury housing complex, something like that, or more luxury apartments.
So would you say a person with a small family, uh, do you have any support for visas for someone, let's say, that has a wife or a small child?
Actually, to live comfortably here as an English teacher, it's better if you're still single. But if you have a wife that is also a teacher, that would even better, because you can both working. But the thing is, when you have kid, I think it's a bit difficult.
Let's talk about the visa process. So obviously the school will provide a work visa. What's that process like? Is it hands off? Does the school just take care of it from A to Z, or
Yeah. We have dedicated agent to do the visa. So the teacher just need to prepare the requirements. The requirements is quite simple. It's actually your passport, and then your bachelor certificate, your TOEFL, and then background check. That's it.
okay? So the bachelor's degree, does it have to be apostilled or officiated by the government?
No need, no need. As long as you have
Okay.
the copy of that. Even some of our teachers who just got graduated, the certificate is not completed yet. We can just ask them to get like a, what do you call that, like a letter dated that they're officially graduated from that university.
Okay. And the background check comes from the home country. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay. Does that have to have any type of stamp or any official seal or anything like that?
Not really, but from our experience, The US is quite easy because they can access it online. Maybe it might be a bit challenging for those who come from South Africa because we experience some of the difficulties. I'm not really sure the detail, but from our experience, teachers from UK and the US, mostly really easy to get the background check.
Okay, so how long does the process take to receive the visa? And how difficult is it for, let's say you want to continue on, you want to live in Indonesia and work there, the renewal process? How is there any difficulty with that?
As long as you are getting your visa, the right one from the company, I think it's easy. And as long as the company will renew your contract, you can just live here as long as the contract is available.
Okay, and that's an easy process. If they decide to renew the contract, it's just okay.
But usually, teachers stay in average 2 years in one center, and then they want to try new challenge or new experience, and they will ask to move the place. Usually, it's like that.
Okay. By the way, is there any competition for English centers there? Because you seem to be fairly large. If there's a few hundred centers there, are there any other people competing in the English teaching market there?
For an international teacher, I think we only have like two competitors, different brand,
Right.
but the rest are they just use local teachers. So
Okay.
it's still okay. The market is still okay because we need quite a lot of English teachers, international English teachers. Maybe the highlight will be the salary, because when people compare it to the Middle Eastern countries, of course the salary is much higher. But
Right.
the thing is, because in Indonesia everything is so cheap, so yeah, they have to consider the amount they get and to live in Indonesia.
So, are there any particular legal or cultural rules teachers should be aware of before coming to Indonesia?
So far, I don't see any challenges in that.
Can you tell us, if you had to convince us to come to Indonesia, what would you say are some of the benefits of living there from your perspective?
All right. First of all, Indonesia is one of the biggest Muslim countries. So, as a Muslim, you can live quite comfortably here to practice your deen, because we have masjids all around the place. We of course the food mostly halal, because right now 85% Muslims. And what else? The weather is nice. We only have two seasons: rainy seasons and dry seasons. And yeah, because we have many islands in Indonesia. Of course, for those who love going to like nature, of course we have plenty of places to go to. The of course cheap, yeah. Here in Jakarta, and Java area, you can get everything quite cheap, and we don't really have like a racism. So, and Indonesian people, they mostly look up to foreigners. I think, yeah, that will be great place, especially for those who are still young and single.
Right.
I think
Right.
Indonesia can be your first step.
So you mentioned that there's 85% Muslims there and 15%. What is the other 15%?
Mostly Christians.
Oh, okay. Christians. Okay. So Not a lot of Hindus or Buddhists or.
Not really, but in bigger cities, of course, they have quite big communities there. Right? But at the end of the day, yeah, more Muslims. We're the
Right, right.
majority. Mm.
So tell us a little bit about the stability there in terms of economy, infrastructure.
If you compare it to Malaysia, for example, of course, we're not that what do you call that, in that standard yet. We're still developing countries, and the stability, yeah, well, it's quite safe place to be here. Uh, the economy is okay compared to other developing countries, but I can assure you that living in Indonesia, for Muslims, especially when your objective is to live surrounded by Muslims, I think that will be comfortable.
So, is there anything that people should know about before they travel? Should should they visit first? Should they? Okay. What would be your advice for that?
Foreigners know Bali more than Indonesia, if you know Bali, yeah. So sometimes they think that Bali is just the example of Indonesia, but not just like that, because yeah, in Indonesia, because mostly Muslims, so it will be comfortable for Muslims to come here. But the thing is that you might note is, because English is not our second language, so it's quite challenging for English speakers to live, especially in smaller cities. Maybe that's the challenge. But yeah, because our people are welcoming, so I think within 1 or 2 months you can grab some of our language just to talk with.
Awesome. So, if you live in bigger cities like Jakarta, is it easier to get around with English, or is still a problem?
Yeah, it's easier here in Jakarta. We have our public transport is quite good right now, and especially mostly our teachers, they love to use online transport like Uber, because we have like
Okay.
Uber but bike, so it's faster, it's
Okay.
cheaper.
Don't you have Grab there, or is it Uber there?
Actually, Uber is not here anymore. We have Grab and one Indonesian brand, Gojek.
To get your consultation from people on the ground in the Muslim world, go to consultation.makehijrah.com. So we have some teachers here, Brother Mohammad Amin from South Africa, and Brother Ahmed Diop
Yes.
from, where are you from, bro?
Well, I grew up in America, but I'm from Senegal.
MashaAllah. Okay. You brothers are working with the center here. We can start with Muhammad, if you can tell us a little bit about your experience in Indonesia so far and your experience working at the center.
Okay, so my name is Muhammad Amin, and I am 26 years old, and I am from South Africa. And my hometown is in Pietermaritzburg, which is like 60 minutes away from Durban, which is very popular in South Africa.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. How are you finding teaching at the center? And but first of all, how you find in Indonesia? Do you like Indonesia?
Like is a very soft word. I would say love. I
Okay.
love Indonesia. Actually, this is my second year living in Indonesia. I have left South Africa in the year 2024. In
Okay.
February, I left South Africa for the first time ever. So a little bit about my story is I have always lived with my mom and dad, and I've never left the house or lived on my own in South Africa before. And I just took a leap of faith, and my first time leaving the house, After 25 years, I just left the country, which was a big jump for me. And I was a little scared at first, but I think for me, the main reason why I chose Indonesia is because one question I always ask myself is Indonesia is 90% Muslim populated. And as we know, the Kaaba, which is the Qibla, which is not in Indonesia, it's in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. So how is it that a country can have such a high Muslim population, but the pilgrimage is not in this country? So that's when I first started to learn and dig more about the country, about Indonesia. Like, why is it so populated with Muslims? What is so special about this land? And how is the Muslim population so high? So those were like the first questions that crossed my mind initially when I decided to pursue a career in teaching English abroad. For me, my number one factor was definitely not about going for money. It was the question is how can I become a better Muslim? Because at the end of the day, I do realize that we have one journey in life, and it's how and what we do with our life in terms of learning more about Islam.
Mashallah. Mashallah.
So I have completed 1 whole year living in Indonesia with English 1. At that time when I joined, it was called English First, EF, and it's called English 1 now. So this is my second year teaching in Indonesia with the same company, rebranded to English 1.
Thanks, bro, for that. I want to turn it to Brother Ahmed and ask you the same question, man. So how you finding Indonesia?
So I'm originally born in Senegal, West Africa, but I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. But I'm liking, I'll say I'm liking Indonesia. So far, so good. It was definitely a big adjustment in terms of culture, food, people. But it was the change I felt like I needed, especially in this day and age. You know how it is in the U.S. There's a lot of segregated Muslim communities. Everyone kind of has their own thing going on. The best part about Indonesia, I would say, maybe due to the common cultural background, everyone's practicing together. I actually came during Ramadan, and alhamdulillah, like they brought me in like family. Everyone's fasting together, breaking fast together, praying together. So culturally, it was an adjustment, but I'll say like they treat me like family here. So it's been easy to make that adjustment.
How are you? How long have you been there, by the way?
So I've been here since March, so about 7 months now. 7 months.
7 months.
Still pretty new.
So I mean, how do you like teaching that English First?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been a great experience. It's actually my first time like in a teaching position, full time with the kids, and I really enjoy it. You know, even with the language barrier, I would say I've been able to make some great connections with the families, with the kids, with my coworkers, and it's made living here all the more worthwhile.
Mashallah, mashallah. So what are the challenges that you would let people know about that are considering going there and teaching English?
There's obviously going to be some challenges, especially coming from the West, but I would say lifestyle is definitely different. The way that you live, the food is different. Traffic, the way that people get around is different. So honestly, just kind of go into it with an open mind. That's how you will be prepared in the best way. Have no expectations, but once you figure it out, you know, you kind of get a flow and you kind of have more room to do the things that you like to do. So in America, I'm a business owner. I run a restaurant. So this is kind of like something I was doing on the side. So I was doing education and food. So I was like, you know what, let me take this opportunity to go to a Muslim country. And, you know, it's been an adjustment, but it's been great. Like it's helped me get that mental clarity I needed. It slowed down because, you know, in the US, it's very fast paced. a lot of my family in New York, things like that. So I kind of moved like that. So here has given me the opportunity to, slow down, figure out like who I really am, what I really want out of life, and definitely was needed, especially where I was at in life.
Now, how old are you, brother?
25.
MashaAllah. So Mohammed, same question, man. What are the challenges that you would let people know about if they decided to make the move like you did?
I'm going to agree with Ahmed. I think the first thing that anybody should think about when it comes to challenges is be open-minded about the different culture settings that you come through. When I first arrived in my first month, actually, I went through something called culture shock. And generally, when somebody moves abroad to a new country, they go through this phase called culture shock, where the environment is different and the food is different. The weather, especially for me, the hardest challenge is the climate, because I come from a country that has 4 seasons, and Indonesia only has 2 seasons, which is summer and monsoon. So my greatest challenge for me, which was hardest to adapt, and currently I still am trying to adapt, is my body actually is trying to adapt to the climate of Indonesia, because it's like always so hot.
Who would you advise to take the opportunity to come to Indonesia and teach English? I mean, age wise, as far as religion, and someone who's having problems or challenges with their religion, or what person would you recommend come and check out the opportunity there at English First?
Honestly, I really think, especially like when a person finishes university and who generally doesn't have a sense of direction, or wants to take like a gap year to just take it, give a new experience, take a chance. So I would say the perfect age would be between the ages of 23 to 27 or 28 for the first time. As many of our candidates and the other international teachers that I have met in Jakarta, Sumatra, the different parts of Indonesia. And as you can see, Ahmed is also 1 year smaller than me. He's 25. Majority of the internationals are within the same age group. So I think it's a perfect opportunity for especially Muslim brothers and sisters to come to Indonesia, not only to experience a new country, but as well still be inclined and close and learning more about the religion while pursuing a career.
Ahmed, what's your opinion on that, bro?
So definitely I would have to agree. Probably more of the younger demographic between 21 to around 28. Not too many responsibilities. You can kind of take that risk, or especially if you're kind of finding yourself distancing yourself from your dean. I find that the communities here are very, very welcoming. It's very easy to, make it part of your lifestyle, because I'll say in the US, it's kind of like you kind of got to fit it into the US lifestyle, versus here it's already incorporated, like you hear the adhan when it's time to pray, when it's time to break fast, everyone's breaking their fast, and it's more incorporated. So if you're finding yourself distancing yourself from your dean, and you kind of have the ability, you haven't already established yourself, built a family, built like your foundation, it's a good time to do it. So between 21 and 28, I would agree.
So what would you say about a person that may not have that much teaching experience? Is there some on-the-job training type thing going on over there?
Yes, absolutely. So I was in a literacy program. I worked with Chapter 1. That's the closest thing to teaching experience. And I would visit my high school. But other than that, I did business, and I was studying psychology to do medicine in the long run. But I came across the opportunity on LinkedIn. I had experience with children, and that's it. I never really taught, but I came here. They gave me all the training, and you can ask at my center. I'm a pretty popular teacher amongst the students and amongst the staff, and I feel like they've taught me everything I needed to be taught, and especially it being English. If you already speak English, it's really just the foundation. They already have all of the systems mapped out for you, so it's just about applying, putting your own little twist to it. So it's really fulfilling, like, and it's easier than I would think. Like at first I was nervous because I never taught like a whole class myself and things like that. But 7 months in, I'm very much confident, and I've seen my students progress significantly. And so English being my first language too helped me have a perspective. So I know when someone's grown and where they've learned. So it's very fulfilling.
Mohammad Rifqy, he mentioned earlier, he said, he made a point to say that there's no racism. He mentioned that point, right? And obviously he mentioned it for a reason. So I'm going to ask you that question. Do you feel welcomed by the people? Are the people embracing you? Actually, both of you, Ahmed and Mohammad, because you're from a different place and you're coming into their world. So do you feel that you're treated differently, or do you sense any type of feeling that that people are looking down on other people like that?
I would say it's funny because I just recently had made a TikTok video about this exact thing, and it blew up a little bit. But you get a little bit of a privilege, especially when they know you're a foreigner. It's definitely not the same systematic racism that we experience in the U.S. I almost feel like I get more opportunities because I'm coming from a different place, and they do have people of color, especially on the east side. My barber, he's from Papua. I thought he was African, when I met him, but I'll say like people, they do stare, but it's a different type of stare. It's almost like an intrigue, like, oh, you're not from here. What's your name? So kind of get more opportunities in a way.
MashaAllah. Mohammed?
I'm going to agree with Ahmed. When I arrived in Indonesia, I thought, I was a little bit scared that people will see me differently, but it's not actually anything that I thought about. When I arrived in Indonesia, yes, I did look different, and but it was in a good way. The kids, especially, like they use this word called bule, which means foreigner, and they say it out of excitement, like they want to know more about you, they want to know about your culture, and it gives a sense of warm welcoming to their land. So I haven't experienced any type of racism in my past 2 years.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. So Rifqy, if you could tell us how people, if they're interested in pursuing a career at the school, how can they do that?
Yeah, you can easily contact me email me if it's more comfortable. Email me, or you can just send WhatsApp to me, because here we use WhatsApp a lot.
All right, brothers. Thank you for spending your time, and inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give you a tawfiq and to make it something that can open the doors to more opportunities there in Indonesia, inshallah.
Inshallah.
I mean, inshallah.